Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Terrific Tuesday, pajama style. So I've got my cozy blanket on, I've got my cozy jammies on, and I am so ready to be cozy today while I teach. Are you guys in your jammies too? It's gonna be a good, cozy day. So today we are going to do math, reading, and religion. So I'll see you for our Zoom religion class today. But we are trying something new today. And instead of handwriting, we are going to be doing typing, because in the next 8 weeks, you guys are going to start doing a little bit more computer work through Google Classroom. But that also requires you to be able to know how to type. And so that is something we're going to practice today. So if you keep watching my video, I will show you how to get onto that website. And that little half sheet that I put in your blue folders this weekend, that has your login and password for typing.com. So keep watching and I will show you how to do that. Bye, guys. Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to math. Today you will need your workbook, this packet from yesterday, and today you'll actually need a ruler. If you don't have a plastic one, maybe you have your paper one from the other day. If not, let me know and I can send you one so that you have something to use at home. We are going to continue on with perimeter today. So we're going to start with workbook page 175. Let's turn there and we'll do a quick little review about what perimeter is. So if you guys remember my little handy way to write it, perimeter. Remembering that the rim is the outside of something. So if I have a shape, the perimeter is measuring the distance around by adding up all the sides. So side plus side plus side plus side equals perimeter. Now what we're going to be doing is today we're going to do perimeter with some other shapes. Some of them have measurements and some of them you have to find the measurements in order to do that. So just a quick review, this one right here says to find the perimeter of the triangle, you have to add the lengths. This one only has 3 lengths. So it's side plus side plus side equals 13. Now this is a rectangle. So remember how the opposite sides are the same length, because a rectangle, all opposite sides are equal. Okay, here we go. The trapezoid, that's this shape right here, has how many sides? I see 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. To find the perimeter of the trapezoid, I must, what do I have to do with all these sides? I need to add them. The lengths of its sides are 5 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 2 centimeters. So find the perimeter. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, and then 6 plus 5 is 11. I think you can figure out the perimeter for these 3 shapes. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3, 5, and 4, and 3, 2, 3, 2. Remembering that we always label. So this one says feet. So you're going to add them up and then label it with feet. This one is inches, so you're going to add them up, inches. This is centimeters, add them up, centimeters. So don't forget to label, that's really important. On the back side of this page, however, find the perimeter of each figure, use a centimeter ruler. So quick review of measurement here. Here is our ruler, and it has 2 sides. There's a side with big measurements that are about the size of 2 fingers. Those are inches. We want the other side that's about the width of a pinky that says centimeter. And you're going to measure each side So I see that this side is 2 centimeters. Remember lining up the edge of the shape with this line right here. And I see that this is 2 centimeters. We're always going to label with centimeters because it asked us to use a centimeter ruler. Now, you can measure these sides as well, but I know that this is a perfect square. And squares, the special thing about them is every side is equal. So I know that this is going to be 2 centimeters, this is going to be 2 centimeters, and what's this side going to be? Okay, now I have my rectangle lining up the 0 line with the edge. This one, now if I look at this on my ruler, it's not quite 4, but it's also not quite 3.5. It's in between. And that can be a little, that we don't know how to do those measurements, all of those little ones in there. So we're gonna round to the nearest whole centimeter, which means I'm just gonna go up to the closest one. And I think, is it closer to 3 or closer to 4? I think it's closer to 4. So we're gonna call this 4 centimeters. I need this side. And I think this one is about 2. Okay, here's my rectangle rule. Opposite sides are equal. So you can measure these 2 sides, or if this side's 4 centimeters, what's this side gonna be? If this is 2 centimeters, what's this side gonna be? So not only do you need to measure, but then you need to do 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus, what was that extra side, equals blank centimeters. This one is 4 plus 2 plus blank, because remember you needed to figure out those ones, equals blank centimeters. So you're going to continue on the rest of the page. Now, algebra down here, a lot of you might get confused by these letters here. N just means number. So N equals number. And it's asking you, find the length of the missing side. So using our knowledge from up here, opposite sides are equal. And this one, this one, opposite sides are equal. So what would this one be? Or what I can do is I have, for both of them, I have the answer. So I'm going to take that answer and I'm going to subtract the numbers I do know to figure out the missing one. So for this one, I'm going to add 30 and 50. 30 plus, or 50 plus 30 here. 80, and then I'm going to subtract it from 120. Whatever was remaining is going to be that empty side. Okay, next job, guys, is, if you have time, we're going to do a perimeter scoot. So that is, if I flip through some of my pages here. Oh, there's Fluffy. We'll get back to him tomorrow. Perimeter scoot. So we're going to find the perimeter of 12 shapes. So let me share my screen with you. Remember, when we do these, you are always welcome to pause the video so that you can measure. Okay, so here we go. Here are the first 2 shapes. Now, number 2 is pretty straightforward. You're going to go this side, this side, this side, this side, and I can easily count because they're squares. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 squares. This side is 4. And you can pick the labels, centimeters, inches, feet, you choose. This one though, remember, you got to count this side, then you have to count this side, then can't forget this 1 right here, this little length right there, plus this side, plus this side, plus this side. And that's it. Good luck, guys. Okay, as promised, here is our typing tutorial. So go ahead and watch the video for just a couple minutes and then go ahead and try it on your own. So let me share my screen with you and we are going to start typing. This is gonna be really fun, you guys. Okie dokie. So you have, I went just to typing.com and you're gonna find a page that looks like this. Now up here, it says student logins. You're gonna click that because you already have logins and it says username or email. You're gonna use username and everyone's is SMS 2020 because that's the year dash, and then it is your school, your classroom number. So if you're number 1, yours is 01. If you're number 5, you're 05. If you're number 16, you type in 16. I am number 18, so I'm going to show you from my side. Click next. Your password, everybody's password is change me, no spaces. And then we're going to log in here. And I already started a class here, but there's some lessons here. I started on beginner because I am learning just like you guys. And then I'm gonna resume this class, but yours is just gonna say start. Your JF and space are gonna say start. So if I resume my class, let me show you a little bit about what it looks like. So it has a video here that you can watch. And it will show you.
Don't worry, we didn't forget about your thumbs. Their job is to press the space bar. Keep your thumbs resting just above the space bar.
So there's a little video that you can watch. And then it shows you where your fingers should be on the key. So this one's trying to show me where my thumb goes on the space bar, and it says type the space key. So I push the space key. Here I go. So I'm supposed to do space J, space J, space J, space J. Then once you practice it, then you get to play a little game, which is the fun part. So you're gonna watch those videos. J, 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 space, F, 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 space, F, 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 space, J, J, J. Now you are gonna take a little bit more time going through this because you are learning, but I have been typing for a very long time, so I can do it a little bit quicker than you. So now it says, let's play a typing game. So after you practice, you get to play a game. Here we go, guys. J, 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 F, F, F. So he hops every time I correctly spell. Yours might look a little bit slower, and that is okay. And that is your game, you guys. So good luck typing. I want you to spend maybe 15, 20 minutes practicing typing so you can probably get through a couple lessons. I have got, in just a few minutes, I have gotten through 6. You might be able to get through, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 in 20 minutes because they're pretty short lessons. So good luck, and I wish you all the best with your typing. Today is grammar day in reading, so you need your reading packet, you need the checklist, as well as your book. So let's go over what we're doing today for grammar. So we are talking about singular possessive nouns and plural possessive nouns, which just means taking ownership of something. So that is my ball. That ball belongs to Mrs. Belinbin. It's Mrs. Belinbin's. So we'll be adding apostrophe S's today. And then that's talking about if it belongs to one thing. And then this plural is more than one. So let me just give you a quick little lesson on that. So the coffee cup belongs to Mrs. Belinbin. This is singular because I am just one person. And then The coffee pot belongs to the teachers. Teachers is plural because that's more than one. I've added an S on there. So what we're talking about today is possession. So if it belongs to someone, the coffee cup belongs to Mrs. Belinden. The cup is Mrs. Belinden's. So adding this apostrophe S to the end here shows ownership. So the cup is Mrs. Belinden's. It belongs to Mrs. Belinden. So these two sentences are saying the same thing. This one is saying it with an apostrophe S. Now let me show you if there's already an S on the end. So the coffee pot belongs to the teachers. The coffee pot is the teachers. So we already have an S here. If I added an apostrophe S, that would look so silly. The coffee pot is the teacher's. That doesn't make sense. So when the sentence already, if the word already ends in an S because it's plural, more than one, the coffee pot is the teacher's, I just put an apostrophe at the end. The coffee pot is the teacher's. This also looks a little silly, but it makes a lot more sense than S apostrophe S. So those are your two options. Either it's apostrophe S, or if it already ends in an S, you just put the parenthesis or the apostrophe at the end. If you would like a little bit more, a few more examples, in your book, where we find week 23 at the end of the lesson, there is the grammar right here. So that is on page 304 and 305. So this gives a couple more examples. So boys, dogs, children is plural, one child, many children, but it doesn't end in an S, so I can still add the apostrophe S. But girls, the girls were all wearing the dresses belongs to the girls. The apostrophe has to go at the end because it already ends in an S. So there's a couple more examples if you want to practice those down here before you start on your work. For your work today, let me go over the directions. Grammar is always on that second and third page. You just flip right. Oh, there we are. Page 118 and 119. So a singular possessive noun shows that a person, animal, place, or thing has or owns something. Add an apostrophe and S to form a singular possessive noun. So it says write the possessive for each noun below. So friend, how do I turn friend into friends? That shirt is my friend's. I write the word friend, apostrophe S. As simple as that. Emma, that backpack is Emma's. Emma, apostrophe S. So you can continue the rest of these. Then this one says underline the noun that should be possessive and write the possessive form. So the man hobby was to build furniture. That doesn't make sense. The man hobby. The man's hobby was to build furniture. So underline the word that should be possessive. Man should be possessive. And then you're going to write the possessive over here. The man's hobby was to build furniture. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, this side is dealing with the same thing, but this side is plural, so more than one. To form a plural possessive noun, add an apostrophe to the end of plural nouns that end in S. Add an apostrophe and S to nouns that don't end in S. So if it does not end in S, like men, that is the men's bathroom, I write the word apostrophe S, men's. Now, if it does already end in S, babies, I'm going to write the word babies and just an apostrophe because it would look silly, S apostrophe S. So no S at the end, apostrophe S. Yes at this, then we just add an apostrophe. Then it says write sentences for 3 of the possessive plural nouns. There's 5 possessive plurals here. You're going to use this form right here, the possessive plural. So you're going to take 3 of these, put them in sentences. That is your job for today, or your first job. The second part says we're going to do a little bit of vocabulary. So you're going to turn to page 268 in your book. Here's our vocabulary for the week. We have sincere, managed, loaded, loveliest, conversations, inspired, reunion, currently, pleasure, and terror. And with those words, you are going to practice your vocabulary words using the activities from the vocabulary menu. It says, be sure to practice each word at least once. So here is your vocabulary menu, just on the back. There are 12 different ways you can practice. You can practice using any of them. You can use all 10 words with one box if you want, or you could do an acrostic poem for sincere, and then you could do an illustration for loaded, and then an article for managed. It's up to you. You can choose to do all of these different ones with each word, or you can choose to just pick one and do the same thing for all the words. But you do need to practice all 10 words.